black hate. Is black hate natural or is it engineered?
And you mean self-hate?
Self-hate.
It's engineered. And it's been engineered in us so deeply from the plantation through current times. And I'm going to include through the black church because of the images of white Jesus. That self-alienation, you can't overlook that. I'm going to say that it's now a part of the culture. You're expected to be disagreeable with black people. You're expected to have black enemies. You're expected to crash out when you get disrespected by black people. So we've gotten to a point where we have made it popular. In fact, black self-hate is so ingrained into our culture that it's almost impossible to sell or become popular without it. Look at music and hip hop. If you ain't got a good beef going on, you might not sell no records, right?
Right.
Look at the TVs, Tyler Perry. Movies often involved in male-female relationship conflict, right? Look at the reality shows. It's all conflict. The Housewives, it's all conflict. Black culture thrives on conflict. And that's why I'm calling the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy heaven on earth. Because when you come here, there is no conflict. Everybody respects everybody. And the first time you introduce it, you're banned from the campus. Book of Negroes. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm telling everybody that right now. Get your mind right or you're going to be out of here. And you're going to have to retrain the children out of that. Right? So at FDMG, I have to teach them how not to be negative with your own. I have to teach them how not to disrespect your own. Because remember, I originally wanted a residential school, but we couldn't afford it. The reason I wanted a residential school is because I know many of our homes are toxic. If it's a Muslim home, you might look down on Christians.
Right.
If it's a Christian home, you might look down on Muslims. If it's a hip hop home, you might look down on anybody who can't afford to buy what you're wearing, right? So we got to teach our children that's not what we value. We don't value sneakers in here. We don't value hair color, right? We don't value yellow skin versus dark skin. We value Africans and we value human life. We have to retrain the value system that our young people have because right now they value social media more than life. Attention is the new drug. And they are willing to embarrass themselves to get it. Look at the amount of adults you see on the internet not getting paid, embarrassing themselves for attention.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. And something that I think about often is it the adults, the older people who may seem lost? Is it too late for them or should we just focus
It's
on
never
the
too late. It's never too late. Remember, there's an African proverb that says, if God were done with African people, he would never allow another woman to get impregnated. When God is done, there's no more birth. That's when you know God done. Every time you see somebody pregnant, that's a chance for us to get it right.
Right.
Okay? Now, here's the thing, though. Although it's never too late to save someone, the older they get, the more difficult it becomes.
Absolutely.
So, for example, when we're trained, and I'm trained in cognitive behavioral therapy, my doctorate in clinical psychology, CBT orientation, they train you that when you're doing therapy, your first session, you have to decide if the patient really wants to change. Because if they don't, why are you wasting your time and their money? You feel me?
Right.
Because the psychologists don't change you. We are the tour guide through your problems to help you change yourself.
Right.
So if they don't want to change, because you can't make them, why are you wasting their time?
Yeah.
So when you say, is it too late for the adults? No. But do they really want to change? Think about it. Most cigarette smokers who try to quit won't quit because they really don't want to. Most drug addicts who try to quit won't quit because they really don't want to. Most women who go in and out of abusive cyclical relationships are not going to change because they really don't want to. They really rather have a man, even if he's abusive, than to have nobody. And this ain't about sex, it's loneliness. It's validation, right?
Right.
So if somebody been smoking 10 years, crack 10 years, abusive relationships 20 years, and they not likely to change, what do you think for someone who suffers from the intergenerational trauma of self-hatred, of post-traumatic slavery disease? If the cigarette smoker can't stop and he only been smoking 10 years, this Negro is the result of intergenerational trauma. How hard you think it's going to be to crack that code?
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
I do.
The best intervention is prevention. And that's why we need our own schools.
Yeah.
As long as black people are comfortable with white people teaching their children, not only will we never see change, we don't really want it.
Yeah. What do you suggest for a person like me? I don't have what you have, which is FDMG. I don't have. We don't have one of those here.
You have to work on yourself. Self-transformation. Difficult, but possible.
Right.
And most great people who've changed, Malcolm X is a good example, they did it on their own without a therapist. You feel me? Yeah. But you have to subject yourself to the most critical self-scrutiny you've ever been subjected to, because your obstacle is your ego. The ego never wants to be held accountable. The ego never wants to accept defeat. The ego never wants to recognize when it's wrong.
Right.
You follow me? The ego is always trying to find a way to justify what it did, right? It's like you go cheat on your queen and you know you shouldn't have.
Right.
Your ego can't deal with that pain of the guilt and the shame. So the ego is going to find some excuse. Maybe she ain't cooking no more. She ain't, you follow me?
Yeah.
Because the ego does not do well with accountability. So when you decide to take on yourself, that's your spirit taking on your ego for the Super Bowl championship.
Yeah. So when it comes to the children, though, since we don't have a Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey Academy here, we don't have that type of resources here in Murfreesboro. We just, when it comes to white teachers, that's kind of all we have.
We need to give them our time, though. There's been research that shows if a black child has a black man in their face for only an hour a week, it can completely stop them from entering the school to prison pipeline, right?
Right.
So even if we don't have the school, we can at least start a book club for them, a rites of passage for them, an after school program for them. My issue with black men, we don't spend time with black boys.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go a step further, because when I look at the internet and YouTube, right, everybody's talking about relationships.
Right.
Why aren't we talking about how to save our children? Even the men. They out here giving relationship coaching. I'm not against it. It's cool, right? I do it sometimes. But I ain't heard you do one show on saving boys yet. Yeah. So you so worried about the vagina. What about the children that come from it? You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
How many podcasts have you seen? Talk seriously on how to save our young people.
Not many.
Because you do know there's an African proverb that says, if the village doesn't take care of the children will burn the village to the ground.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Look at all the elders being robbed at the ATMs. You got 10 and 11-year-olds pulling out guns on great grandmoms.
Crazy.
You follow me? Because we don't take care of them.
Yeah.
The elders have to. It started with the 70s and the 80s, because that's when the so-called desegregation campaign really took sway. Remember, King is murdered in 68. So there is no deseg in the 60s, right?
Right.
It's the 70s. Once white people start giving us proximity to whiteness, we lost our damn mind and forgot about our infrastructure as a people. Yeah. So there are no griots no more. There's no more grandparents to sit you down and tell you what life was like before this.
Yeah.
You see? And then when crack and AIDS hit, it was over. We are still suffering the collateral damage of crack and AIDS. All these ADHD kids, they are the children and the grandchildren of the crack era. Their mother may have not been on drugs, but guess what? She was out in the streets chasing their father who was. You see that?
Yeah.
So we were all impacted by crack and AIDS. And you know what crack did that really hurt us? It destroyed, it eroded the trust we had with each other. When people started climbing into people's windows, stealing their television, and they live right next door. When people started stealing their children's sneakers off their feet in the street. You follow me? Remember, crack is hitting at the same time upward mobility into the white world is taking off. So black people are saying, I ain't got to deal with this crack mess. I'm just going to go to a white college, get me a white degree, get me a white job, and get me a white mortgage in a white suburb. Leaving our children without any responsible role models. The only reason why Drake and Kendrick are the role models, and I don't have a problem with Drake and Kendrick, but entertainers shouldn't be role models because y'all not going to fight for nothing.
I agree.
I like Kendrick, but he's not going to fight for nothing. Okay? Neither is Drake. But the reason they're the role models is because the doctors and the lawyers and the engineers and the pastors and the business owners, they all live in a white neighborhood.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that because, and I actually wrote this down in my book, To Be Human. I wrote a book called To Be Human. And one of the things that I talked about is my uncle. He was a father figure to me. My father wasn't around. He dealt with alcohol and things like that as I was growing up. My uncle was around. He was one of the people that I looked to, and he was a crack addict. And I wrote in the book about how ultimately that impacted me in the way that I seen men. It made me more defiant towards older men and things like that. And luckily, and I don't know how you feel about this, I found the military. And that helped me in a lot of ways to reestablish my structure.
That structure, identity.
Because I did see black men in leadership positions in the military that were able to correct me.
And in the hood, unfortunately, since most black successful men are not in it, the people who are in leadership sometimes tend to be the brothers not doing the best things.
100%.
And so you emulate them because they all you got.
Yeah.
You're either in the inner city black community or any black community that's predominantly black. The children have to get their role models from the television or from the criminals.
I want to ask you, so we hear, and we were talking about music, but we hear this in music and in interviews all the time where black people say we need to be more unified or organized like the Jews. Is that fair considering that we had 300 years of oppression versus 5 years of a Holocaust?
You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. Because through Zionism, they will never struggle. You follow me? They will never struggle. They control this country.
Right.
Right? And they have a country to call their own Israel.
Absolutely.
That was made specifically for them, which was their reparations. Because you have very few people who survived the Holocaust who's still alive. So the people living in Israel now are not Holocaust survivors.
Right.
These are the descendants of Holocaust survivors. So you can't tell black freedmen that you don't have a right to reparations because you yourself was not in chains when you got Israelis who were not in the Holocaust and they still got the benefit of Israel. But you can't compare the two. They helped enslave us. They built the ships. They built the banks. They started the insurance firms that insured us.
Yeah.
They were some of the biggest enslavers. The Secretary of War for the Confederacy, if I'm not mistaken, he owned like 200 blacks and he was a Jew. It was all through this. They used to sell us in synagogues, right on the front steps, right? So you can't compare the two because we never participated in their Holocaust, but we did help to save them.
Yeah.
There were black men in World War II who helped liberate European Jews from some of the most notorious, risking their life, some of the most notorious concentration camps. They never get a thank you, right? Don't forget, Israel supported South Africa during the apartheid boycott. They were still sending them weapons. They were still sending them money. Look what just happened the other day at the United Nations when President John Mahama of Ghana, who's my president because I'm a Ghanaian citizen, he finally got the United Nations to recognize our enslavement as the greatest crime against humanity, right? Look who voted against it. Argentina, who had a bloqueamiento whitewash campaign years ago. United States and Israel. You want black people to cry tears for your Holocaust and you voted against our slavery being recognized on the international court, right? So you can't compare the two.
Yeah.
They have never been through what we've been through and they have helped participate in what we've been through.
So how do you feel when you see like artists and rappers that their approach, they want to they think we should be together and through them or emulate them, we can have.
We don't need to emulate them. We had unity before them. You follow me? We don't need to emulate nobody. We are the original creators of culture. We built the first civilizations. We don't need to emulate anyone. We need to practice Sankofa, go back and get what we lost. We don't need to copy nobody. Everybody copying us.
Yeah, I agree.
Most of what's in the Torah was copied from African culture, right? So no, we don't need to imitate nobody.
I want to ask you, how are immigrants able to outpace Black Americans economically?
The reason immigrants are able to outpace Black Americans economically, two things. Number one, they have cultural unity. We don't.
Okay.
They stick together. A Chinese will see another Chinese, he gonna help him. He ain't got to know him. A Mexican gonna help another Mexican. A Jew gonna help another Jew. A black person won't help his brother.
Yeah.
See? That's one. We don't care about the group. We are a collection of radical individuals. No unity. That's one. You need cultural connectivity in order to build power. Power is the gate around your culture. You keep it to yourself. So that's number one. No unity. Can't build power without unity. No loyalty. Number two, they can get financing. They can go into any bank in America and get a loan.
Yeah.
East Indians, Arabs, Chinese, Jews, Latinos, we can't. Nobody wants to see black people rise, which is why I'm so disappointed that for the past 30, 40 years, we pushed the narrative of multiculturalism. Multiculturalism means we all together.
Right.
Since when? Nobody likes us, but we keep on speaking for everybody. Even with, look at what just happened with Jasmine Crockett. She fought hard for the immigrants, and they went to the election polls and voted for a white man. Look at that. They do not like you. You will never be repaid for the good you do to an immigrant. And I'm not talking about the black ones. I'm talking about all the non-black ones. You will never be repaid for the good you do for an immigrant. People don't come to America to be grouped with blacks. They come to America to replace blacks. Because America has already made it clear to the world, we don't like these people and we don't want these people. If you're black in America and you think America tells the world they care about you, you're insane.
Yeah.
You are insane. If you live in any country and turn on the news, you know America can't stand blacks.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And
even when we've been at war, Vietnam, Kuwait, Iraq, even now with the Iranian thing, sometimes they don't even want to shoot black soldiers because they know you're fighting for a country who made you come here.
Yeah.
You follow? In Vietnam, I have an elder who was in Vietnam, right? One of my closest elders. He said them Vietnamese would come up to us and say, why y'all even here?
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole world knows white America don't like you. But guess what? On July 4th, 2026, I promise you there will be black people in downtown Philadelphia celebrating America's 250th birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you it will be black people packed in my birth city to celebrate America's 250th birthday this year. Even with Donald Trump in the United States voting down slavery as the worst crime against humanity. And you know what? I don't hear too many black elected officials saying much about it either.
Yeah.
I don't vote unless you can give me a good answer to 4 questions. Number 1, were you given any non-black money to run this race? Okay. If you financed by non-blacks, I don't vote for you because you're not free. The hand that pays is the hand that rules. I only vote for candidates who are independently financed. I only vote for candidates who do not belong to either of the major parties. You must be independent.
Right.
If you Democrat, Republican, you pushing a agenda, and it's not black. You follow me? So who funding you? Who team you on?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about gentrification in the black community?
Yeah.
Next question. What are you going to do about economic empowerment in the black community? We need access to capital so we can build major institutions and infrastructure, right? We can't do that off of hot dogs and water ice. What you going to do to give black people opportunity to get a line of credit? If you're not expanding access to wealth for black people, you're not helping us.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We're not getting any more rights. We never had none anyway. But we made them, we allowed them to push a narrative that said they did everything for us when they elected Barack Obama. Yeah. See, Barack Obama was a distraction to get black people to give America some positive PR. The 8 years of Obama was 8 years of positive public relations and propaganda by black America for the U.S. government.
Yeah.
We made the government look good because Obama was in office. And soon when he got out, it was over.
Yeah.
Trump came and cut you, and then Biden replaced him, and he cut you.
Yeah.
Look, both, one Democrat, one Republican. What did either one of them do for black people? Not a damn thing. So can't no Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, or nobody else come to me talking about you got to vote for a Democrat. I don't vote for nobody unless they standing for my people.
Yeah. So do you feel like Obama was anti-black?
Of course he was. What did Obama do for black people? You know, he didn't even support reparations, you know. And this is a big problem I had with the FBA Adolfs too. They said nothing at that time. The people who now represent them groups, y'all didn't say a damn word about Barack Obama not supporting reparations when he was in office for 8 years. Why didn't y'all march on Obama? If reparations is that important, why did y'all not march on Obama? Nobody black did anything about Barack Obama ignoring us. Nobody.
Yeah. Do you think it's the mentality that we were all taught by our grandmothers, where it's don't act up in front of these white people? Do you think it's that mentality that we've always had that prevented us from holding him accountable? Obama, I mean.
That may be true, but that is completely irresponsible. First of all, everything you do under the eyes of white folks.
Yeah.
Obama belonged to them. He's the president of the United States. He's not coming into your house. He ain't coming to your community center. If you're going to hold him accountable, you're going to have to do it in front of white folks. Yeah. What do you care about more, Barack Obama's peace or your progress?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we should have held him accountable.
We should have. And Al Sharpton, Barack Obama, Al Sharpton, his life. Al Sharpton did a damn good job making sure black people did not hold Barack Obama accountable, which is why I could never consider that man no type of leader at all.
Yeah.
He was, Al Sharpton met with Barack Obama more than any president in American history has ever met with a so-called leader. He met with Obama more than King met with LBJ, and ain't bring you nothing.
Nothing. So how with the next candidate, how can we hold them accountable?
You wouldn't have to. You got to organize under a black vote.
Yeah.
You got to organize under a black vote. They got to know that black people ain't playing. Your agenda better be black, or you do not get one vote from us. That is the only way we win now.
Right.
That is the only way we win now.
Do you feel like, would you ever consider getting in politics or being in a political position?
I would never run. I would never run. I'll help organize people to use their power, right? Political power, but I'm not running. I have no interest in representing this country on any level in any office.
Yeah. I seen something where you said you won't date. Well, you won't date or have sex with a woman who had sex with a non-black man.
Right. And I did relax it for a while. There was a time where I said, you know what? You can't fault people for the mistakes they made before they became conscious.
That's what I was thinking.
So I can date black women who dated out the race. But it's getting so bad again, bro. I'm back to my principles. If a black woman has opened her legs for a man of another race, I don't want to go in between her legs.
Yeah. We see, okay, black men, we tend to get a lot of, pushback or grief for dating non-black women, right? But why don't
we should? Because it's irresponsible.
Absolutely. And so, but my question is, why don't people like Kamala Harris or Candace Owens get that same pushback?
Well, I don't think Kamala Harris is black. First of all, she's an East Indian whose parents just so happened to live in Jamaica. Yeah. They were some of the East Indians that the British brought over there to serve as a buffer between blacks. And they was able to hide under the I'm Jamaican, because that's what they do. East Indians go to Africa and they'll say I'm African, go to Caribbean, say I'm Jamaican, I'm Haitian. You're an East Indian living in Jamaica, right? But because we strung out on multiculturalism, we'll let them call themselves Jamaica.
Right.
I saw a video of a Chinese woman talking about how she's a Jamaican. I could never go to China and say I'm Chinese.
Right, yeah.
I don't care how long I live in China, I would never be able to say I'm Chinese. But the Chinese woman could go to Jamaica and say she's Jamaican.
Yeah, crazy.
But to your point, black women should be held accountable as well. My only caveat to that is black women do not bunny hop as much as black men.
Yeah.
Black women do not bunny hop as much as black men, number one. And number two, and this is no excuse, it's just a reality because I don't condone it. If we valued our women more, and if we stopped bunny hopping as much as we do, they wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? They don't have a lot of options. Black women do not have a lot of options, man. They have to wait on us to choose them. And if we're not choosing them, sometimes they got to look outside, even though I don't condone it, because you can go get a brother from another country. You don't have to go to your oppressor. So it's not acceptable. But I do understand, given the way at which we have publicly devalued them on social media, why some black women think they'll never have a chance.
Yeah. Something that I've seen in recent interviews, or just listening to you speak on your social medias, is where you speak about the importance of black men having sexual discipline in a sense. And that really
You got to.
Yeah.
We can't have any more broken homes. And by broken homes, I don't just mean a man made a baby and left.
Right.
Because I didn't. But a broken home can result from a woman who got pregnant with her own expectation that you didn't approve of, that she was going to get married because of it, right?
Right.
And so because I didn't marry the mothers of my children, they excluded me from their lives. That was their punishment. They sacrificed our daughter's well-being to get revenge against me and other black men because we didn't marry them when we never signed up for that, right? So you have to be careful because these women will cut you out of your child's life. They do not care if their children don't have a father. You follow me? Women do it all the time. And they're just because remember, a lot of them didn't have a father.
Right.
So as far as they're concerned, I made it without a dad. Why do she need one? It's selfish, right? It's very selfish. We know how important a father is, especially to a girl.
Right.
But they don't care. They will cut them out. And guess what? And I had to learn this the hard way. The grandmothers will help them do it. I thought the grandmothers were going to be these wise old women who say, no, you decided to get pregnant. You're not going to stop my granddaughter from having a relationship with her father. We're not doing that. They didn't do that. They stood with their daughters 10 toes down. You want to cut him out? Let's cut him out because he was wrong. What about the daughter? She don't matter. It's all about you. So we have to, you got toxic women and toxic men out here. And we just have to be careful, man. I would love to have another child. I would love to have a son. But I'm very concerned because I see we live in the get rich, get child support. You know, women will do anything they can to get $1 out of you. And men will do the same, right? It's both sides. The women ain't no better than the men ain't no better than the women. And I'm just like, do I really want to take a chance of going through what I've been through a third time? You know what I mean? So I'm a much more popular, much more bigger, much more successful person now than I was then. You know, I was not, quote unquote, Dr. Umar when my two daughters were born. You know what I mean? I got my doctorate after their births. You know what I mean? So I'm like, can I really trust a sister, an American African sister, to just do me right and not have my business all in the street and not be going behind my back and, you know, support my work and not telling all our business to their family? I don't know. You know, it's hard, man. We don't have the Betty Shabazz and the Coretta Kings and the Amy Garveys and the Anna Douglases. We don't have them no more. You know, we got this social media chick where you got women 50 years old shaking their butt on Instagram for likes and views with grandkids watching. So it's a whole different type of ball game out here for the men and the women. We all need to cut it out. We are all out of our African minds, and nobody should be surprised that God ain't doing nothing to help us because we're not doing nothing to help ourselves.
And I think it's people like you and voices like you that can bring us back, though. You're such a...
I agree. I mean, I look for a lot of good to come out of FDMG, not just for the children, but for the community. Because it's a school by day, but a community center by night. And we're going to have a lot of programs, man. We're going to have a lot of programs. And I want FDMG to be the village that a lot of us wish we grew up in.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? A lot of us, I never grew up in a community that behaved like a family. Right? I never had that. You know what I mean? What is that like to have a community meeting? You know what I mean? I ain't never been one of them. Church meeting, mosque meeting. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about culture and people, community. I've never, you know, bring your chairs outside and let's talk. You know what I mean? I want FDMG to function like a village. Like a village. The Ifa Tunde village. And I'm the chief.
I want to ask you, Dr. Umar, why haven't you been married?
I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to go pre-Dr. Umar and post. And when I say pre-Dr. Umar, I mean when I blew up, right? Because I blew up in 2010. Chicago interview, Harlem lecture. The rest was history. It came out of nowhere, bro. Before I blew up, there was 5 women I've dated who I think would have made a good wife. Kim, Wendy, Tamala, Sabrina, Andrea. Right? They were good women, but I wasn't focused. I was still womanizing and coochie hunting. You follow me? There was no need to settle down. In hindsight, if my ancestors would have said, listen, on September 18th of 2010, you're going to go to Chicago and do an interview. anniversary of Harriet Tubman's run away from slavery, and anniversary of Booker T. Washington's Atlanta Cotton Exposition speech. You're going to do this interview, and it's going to put you on top of the world.
Yeah.
I would have chose one of them for the foundation. I don't know if they could have survived it, though, because when I blew up, I blew up.
Right.
I would be gone like half the year. Just, you follow me? Because first it started in the country, then it was Jamaica wants you, London wants you, Africa wants you, China wants you, Australia wants you. You follow me? Could they have dealt with that? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I was willing to try. So pre-Dr. Umar, it is all my fault.
Right.
I knew 5 good women who I believe, I don't know, I can't read the few, who I think would have been a good wife.
Right.
And I blew it because I wasn't ready. Right? So that's pre-Dr. Umar. Post-Dr. Umar, I'm ready to settle and have been. Problem is, the women I often meet are coming to me for the wrong reasons.
Right.
They just want to be amongst the energy.
Right.
They just want to be queen of FDMG. They just want to say I'm Dr. Umar's queen, but they don't really want to do no damn work, right? And I still get women who come to me with perms and weaves. I don't do that. I'll take you on a date, but you are not ever going to be introduced to the world as my woman with that on your head. You feel me?
Right.
So a lot of our sisters, man, their beauty is very much wrapped up in that European ideal. Yeah. Very much, brother. It is deep, too. It is deep. And you talking about women in their 40s. It's still deep. They're not giving it up, right? Now, for the sisters who are natural, are you serious? Are you putting my business in the street? Are you running your mouth to your family too much? I'm a political activist. Stop looking at me as a celebrity. That's another problem. They look at you as a celebrity. I'm a political activist. Stop putting my business in the street. If we're going to have a relationship, it's us, not the world. A lot of women can't make that change.
Yeah.
They're all about clicks, videos, postings. I need a mature woman, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of our women ain't mature enough to be with me. And a lot of women are still very insecure about the fact that I spend a lot of time around women. Women are the parents, right? Most of our kids, 70%, raised by a single mom. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of pictures with women. Yeah. But ain't nothing inappropriate. I'm not grabbing their butt or their breast. You know what I mean? It's just a picture. Oh, well, I think you should stop taking pictures now. Why? Because you dating me. I met your ass taking a picture. I met you taking a picture. Yeah, but you shouldn't be taking none no more. No.
Yeah.
One thing I believe in the dating world you should never do is change somebody from who they were when you met them.
I agree.
You either accept it or you don't.
Yeah.
You don't meet me and say you need to stop taking pictures with women.
Yeah.
That's a part of being Dr. Umar. And if you can't live with it, you won't be Mrs. Dr. Umar. You feel me? It's just that simple. You ain't changing nothing I'm doing. And that's another thing. They try to change you. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. And
if you're listening right now or watching right now, then it means you're amazing. And because you're amazing, I want to give you my phone number. You heard it right. I want to give you my phone number. So pull out your phone and I'll give you some time. Pull out your phone so you can go ahead and say this number. I'll give you a second. All right. Second over with. Here's my number. My number is 629-267-7446. Again, that's 629-267-7446. Now, you may be asking the question, why is this man giving me his number? I can tell you why. It's because I want to hear your story. I want to hear what you've been through. Listen, this is the thing about the Chop by T podcast, right? This podcast is built on real, raw, authentic conversations where we hear someone's story and how they overcame that story, ultimately helping the people that watch this. And that's what this podcast is built off of. And I want to hear your story. So text me, and tell me your story. That's one thing. I also want you to join my Facebook group. Yep, you heard it right. The Facebook group is called the Chopped by T Podcast Family. Now, that may be a lot. You may not know how to spell it, but wherever you are, whether you're on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. If you're on social media, it'll be in the link in bio. You can join and follow me on Facebook, and then you can ultimately join the group while we're there. And I'll add the link for the Facebook group as well. The Facebook group is called the Chopped by T Podcast Family. And the reason why I want you to do that is very similar to why I would want you to text my phone as well and reach out to me. It's because I want to hear your story. I want to build a group that ultimately tells their story and how they overcame, right? And I want to build off of that and ultimately create a family or create a safe space where people can tell their stories and we can share them on the show and be featured on the show. And in that, man, I just want to help. I just want to help and I just want to hear your story. And in doing that, I know that you'll help someone else because the things that I went through, the traumatic stuff that I've had to go through, ultimately hearing other people's story and how they overcame was very helpful to me. So with that being said, I want to hear your story. text my phone, save my number. Again, that number is 629-267-7446. Again, that number is 629-267-7446. Now let's get back to the show. Thank you.
I don't know why this is. A lot of people, men and women, but romantically we talking about women, they don't think I really am who I am until they get up close.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's like when you date them, I'm like, what did you expect?
Right.
What did you expect? And then you tell them, you know I'm busy. You know I care for my mom. You know I'm working on the school. You feel me? You know I got 2 daughters who just not coming back into my life because their mom kept them out, right?
Right.
There's a lot of other priorities I got. You one of them, but you don't compare to these other ones. Are you sure you okay? I can live with that. I know your mission. No, you can't. Yeah. 1 year into the relationship, they whining and complaining.
Yep.
You told me when you signed up for this, you can handle it.
Yeah.
You can't. Listen, some women need a man who comes home every day. They needy. I don't see no problem with that. Right. If you're a woman who need to see your man every day, you should get a man you can see every day. But what you're not going to do is find a man who ain't coming home every day in Dr. Umar and try to make him into a domestic.
Yeah.
I am a freedom fighter. You don't change me into nothing else. You adjust to my life or find somebody else with another life.
Yeah. No, it's and I even see it as such, even like, because I'm at as a content creator, I'm at a lower level. We've done live events and stuff like here where we had like 100, 200 people.
Yes, sir.
And women that will be there to support me. I've seen this exact same thing.
Yes, sir.
So I can only imagine what you do.
Yes,
with
sir.
it,
They want to
such a
change
high
you. You're
level.
not changing me.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you get the idea from. You don't change me. I was born to do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You're either going to support it or you're going to get out of my way, because one thing you're not going to be is a distraction.
Right.
Once a woman becomes a distraction, I got to let them go. Don't mess with my mission. Don't mess with my mom. You follow me?
Absolutely.
Don't mess with the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. You violate any of those, we're done.
I noticed that with other people who claim to be in the same lane as you as far as revolutionaries and just activists. And
They're
things
mostly
like that.
hypocrites.
Yeah.
They don't do anything but make YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I'm building a school. They have no institutions. I am the #1 go-to school psychologist in the country and activist for Black parents when they have to fight the education machine or the mental health machine.
Yeah.
I have saved more children from the school to prison pipeline than any Black psychologist who has ever lived. Nobody who has ever lived has saved more children from special ed in jail than Dr. Umar.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
So no disrespect to them, I can't go in the same box with them.
Yeah.
I've done things none of y'all have done. I got credentials none of y'all got. I'm more popular than all y'all put together. I'm more traveled than all y'all put together. I'm more requested than all y'all put together. And despite as busy as I am, I still managed to build a school from nothing.
Yeah.
What excuse y'all got not to be working on nothing? All they do is talk. Yeah. And then people say, well, people think you better than them because you got all them degrees and blah, 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 and you don't work with the other guys. The key word is work. What work are we going to do? Because I just heard work. Interviews ain't work.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Live events ain't work. They're good. You can raise some consciousness, but that ain't the work. What are these other guys doing besides talking? Because if you got some work, we can do some work.
Right.
But I don't see none of them working.
Yeah.
They call speaking on YouTube work. That is not work. And I'm on YouTube more than all of them, and it ain't work.
Yeah.
Work is when I'm saving them kids. Work is when I'm helping them parents. Work is when I'm building that school. That's the work. What work they doing?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And I mean, there's things that you can't even quantify that you've done. Like how I just told you that you saved my son, I feel. Because you educated me and gave me that, how I told you in the earlier interview.
If you were to ask me, what is your #1 motivation to keep going besides knowing you were born for it, right? Because that's the primary. This is my ori. This is my death. That's, you know what it is?
What's that?
The testimonials I get from people, bro. Yo, I've had people stop me on the street. I've had people stop me in the grocery store. I've had people stop me in the airport, bro, and just be like, listen, you don't know me. But I've had people say, you stopped me from taking my life. You stopped me and my wife from getting a divorce. I had this one elder, you know what he told me? This wasn't face-to-face, he texted me.
Right.
He said, you are the only reason I haven't given up on Black people yet.
Come on now.
He said, you better be real. You better not be fake. Because if you fail us, I'm done.
Yeah.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
When you get somebody old enough to be your parent or grandparent telling you they counting on you, or telling you brought them into consciousness, you saved it. I have young people stop me on the street all the time. Dr. Umar, you the reason I own my own business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, are they really talking about me? I've had people say, yo, you the reason I got out of jail and turned my life around.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of jail mail. I must apologize. I don't always have time to return the letters, right? Because you got to write them back. But I get a lot of jail mail. I've spoken in a lot of prisons. You know what I mean? I've seen how I've changed. God has changed through me, rather, right?
Right.
But that's what keep me going. It's the testimonials. It ain't nothing else. And they always come at the right time. Like, there might be a day, be like, I'm tired of these Negroes. You know what I mean? I'm quitting. Me and my mom gonna move to Africa, and we done. And then somebody come by and be like, yo, you can't stop what you're doing. Why? Because, listen, you see this kid over here, you helped him do this. And this one, you helped him do this. And I'm going to introduce you to 5 more. Tell Dr. Umar what he did for y'all. And he never, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, he was on drugs. He got off drugs watching your videos. I got truckers, man, who send me their phone, like the screenshot. I'm every video.
Oh, yeah.
I'm every, bro. I have truckers say, Dr. Umar, I drive from California and back. You're the only person I listen to. You need to do some more interviews because I done watched these 20 times already. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you drop this, they write on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're right. The change that is unquantifiable is great. You can't quantify it, but it ain't meant to be because it's supposed to be here.
Right.
But as someone who believes in measurable progressive progress, you got to have tangibles people can measure.
Agreed.
And that's where the school come in.
Yeah.
Got to leave it tangible.
Yeah. No, my brother is going to, he doesn't know I have you on, and he's a trucker. I mean, he's going to love this when I just get
the truck. I love the truckers, man. I got to be number one with the truckers. And I'm going to tell you something. When young people say this to me, this really gets me. And I get it regularly. Not all the time, but regularly. They say, Dr. Umar, if I had a choice between meeting you or meeting Jay-Z, and it's not always Jay-Z, right? Different big names. I'll choose you.
Oh, yeah.
When a young person tells you that,
Yeah.
you feel me? When a young person tells you, I would rather meet you than Sean Carter.
Yeah.
And I've met Sean Carter because we had him for a concert when I was in college, Black Student Union president, Spring Fling. You know what I mean? And I respect him. But for a young person to tell you, I'd rather come listen to a Dr. Umar lecture than go to a concert.
100%.
You know what I mean? So like I said, that's why I want these school doors open, man, because you can't organize our people without a place to organize.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we're going to have so much going on at FDMG, bro. Everything from the women's conference, the men's conference, the comic book conference, the book fairs, black books. You know what I mean? Just all the, oh my God, it's just going to be with love, nothing but love and black people and positivity and culture, children and elders being treated like elders and pregnant moms being treated like pregnant moms and no nonsense being tolerated. But I tell you the one thing, 2 things, and I don't want to use the word fear, but 2 things I don't look forward to. One of them is I know we're not going to have enough space for everybody's son.
Yeah.
Turning parents away is going to hurt me. I ain't looking forward to that. When we max, I'm not looking forward to being able to tell them we ain't got no more room.
Yeah.
Right? That's going to hurt. And I can't overwhelm my teachers. Number 2, it's going to hurt to ban people from that campus because there's a lot of people who are going to come there because they already knew me, thinking they don't have to follow the rules.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to have to ban them, bro.
Yeah.
They not going to learn. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
They not going to learn, and I'm going to have to ban them. I could think of a few people right now who going to come there thinking they could do what they want, and I'm going to have to ban them from the school permanently.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to actually shift gears because there's a few things I want to get to. What you said, I seen where you said that LGBTQ movement was about population control.
Yes.
Could you break that down for me?
Yes. Let's go back to December of 1974. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger, who was a Rockefeller, was part of the CFR. He actually came over from the Holocaust and then became a part of white supremacy here.
Crazy.
So you was a victim over there. He came over here and became a perpetrator of the same thing that you was victimized by. But anyhow, he put out a National Security Study Memorandum, 2000 is what it's called, NSSM 200. You can download it and read it. And he said America needs to do something about population control. And he said there's certain countries that are growing too much. And he named like 10 African countries. Nigeria was a big one. But every African country he named, or almost every African country he named, they ended up with a LGBTQ movement, right? Now, that was 74. 1980, Jimmy Carter is president. He does another population control study, Global 2000, where America says, we're going to reduce the population of the world by like 50% by the year 2000. That's where AIDS came from, right? They didn't hit their goal, obviously, right? Because right now it's projected that African people will be 40% of the world in like 25 years. That's why they did COVID, to try to shut that down. But thankfully, many African countries did not sign on to the COVID vaccination, which was great, right? So getting back to this, right after Global 2000 report came out from Jimmy Carter saying that America needs to take proactive steps to reduce the world population, AIDS dropped, which became, for a time, and could still be, the #1 killer of heterosexual black women. How does a white man gay disease become the #1 killer of heterosexual black women? You're putting it in the population, right? So now, you go from NSSM 200, Global 2000, AIDS, and then all of a sudden, let's go back, because Global 2000 is 74. NSSM 200 is 74. Global 2000 is like the early 80s. AIDS is the early 80s, but let's go back to Dr. King. Do you know that one of the only reasons the Civil Rights Bill was signed is because the Republicans made the Democrats and the Dixiecrats made the Democrats include LGBTQ, right, and gender as protected categories in the Civil Rights Act.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The Civil Rights Act was not just for us. It was for us, LGBTQs, and women. See that? You know why they did that?
Why is that?
Because the homosexual revolution started right after Dr. King died. Soon when King died, they said we have to eclipse the civil rights movement with something bigger. So the government created the gay movement. They created LGBTQ to flush us out and give everything we fought for to the homosexuals. And what did Barack Obama do? Take everything we fought for and gave it to the homosexuals. They planned it that way. Here's what I need you to understand. After Dr. King, Dr. King was a media master. He knew how to keep the black issue on the front page. You follow what I'm saying? They said, we can't let that happen no more. Never again can the black agenda be the most important thing on the news. You feel me? So they said, every presidency, we will have a new domestic issue that will be more important than black people. Right?
Right.
So for George Herbert Walker Bush, it was the war. For Bill Clinton, what was Clinton's issue? I think Clinton's issue was minorities, but not necessarily black.
Okay.
George Bush the son, another war, right? Barack Obama, LGBTQ. Donald Trump, immigrants and white refugees. Joe Biden, immigrants. Donald Trump again, the war, right? We can never be the priority in American public conversation ever again. That using the LGBT revolution, which started right after Dr. King. It was already homosexuals. I'm talking about the political movement.
Right.
Right after Dr. King was murdered. That was the perfect thing. Why? Because this government treats white LGBTQs as a minority group.
Wow.
How can you be a privileged white male and be a minority?
How
can you be a privileged white female and be a minority? This is how they trapped us into working against ourselves. When they said minority includes women, even white, and homosexuals, even white. How can you be privileged and a victim at the same time?
Yeah.
Because we cannot allow black people to get these resources, and we cannot allow black people to be the priority minority. And if Kamala Harris becomes your next president, the East Indians will trump LGBTQ. Well, they will parrot LGBTQ as the priority minority.
Yeah.
Donald Trump don't like non-blacks. Why is his FBI director an East Indian? J.D. Vance don't like non-blacks. Why is his wife an East Indian? Why is the mayor of New York an East Indian? Kamala Harris an East Indian. You never seen this many East Indians in prominent positions.
Never.
Because that's who they're going to replace us with. The East Indians are going to be to America what they are right now in the Caribbean and what they are right now in Africa, a buffer group between Negroes and a white power structure.
Yeah. I seen you just mentioned COVID, and I seen where you had some theories on COVID and what it was. What are your theories on that?
COVID was created for several reasons. Number one, it was a population control weapon. And I believe more people died from the vaccination than the disease.
I believe that as well.
The purpose was to fear you up to get the shot, right? And now I know so many people lost their parents, man.
Yeah,
to
blood
the
clots,
COVID shot.
stuff like that.
Italy had one of the greatest percentages of loss in Europe because Italy is home to the oldest population in Europe. COVID was a death bomb for the elderly. You know why? They don't want to pay Social Security. They wanted to kill all the elderly off so they can use the Social Security money for war and use the Social Security money for immigrants. Remember, Joe Biden was giving Social Security checks to Ukrainian migrants. How can you get an SSI check and you're not even a citizen? Joe Biden did it while black people was living homeless on the street. And that's why my thing to FBA and ADOS, y'all picking on the black immigrants. They didn't get no SSI checks.
Yeah.
Them Ukrainians and them Afghanis did. And guess what? Them communities are continuing to grow. And all them Latinos that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden brought into this country. And don't forget, Bill Clinton and Barack Obama supported the migrant thing. Barack Obama and Bill Clinton supported Kamala Harris and Joe Biden bringing migrants off and dropping them off in black communities. Nobody said nothing to Barack Obama yet.
That's crazy.
Because it was the government agenda. Listen, the Democratic Party is tired of being branded the party of black folks. They don't like that because it's hard for them to attract other voters as long as they look like the party of black folks, even though they don't do nothing for us. We made them the party of black folks. The reason they was flushing us out with the migrants is so Chicago is no longer predominantly black. New York is no longer predominantly black. Other cities are no longer predominantly black, right? And now the migrants can vote for us instead of the blacks. And they're going to finish what they started when they get back in office. See, and that's why they say, yeah, you told people not to vote for Donald Trump. I didn't tell people not to vote for nobody. I said who I'm not voting for. You can do what you want. I don't vote unless I got a reason. But the point that I'm making, whether the president is red or blue, it don't matter. Both parties are through with Negro. They through with us. But guess what? The black elites, the Roland Martins and Al Sharptons of the world, they have to keep you voting. Because if you don't vote, they don't get paid. They get contracts from these parties. Remember, the Democratic Party gave what, Al Sharpton $500,000 allegedly, and Roland Martin $250,000 allegedly to get black people out to the polls. And guess what? They lost. So guess what? They may not get as much money next time. This is about money and business. You are nothing but a pawn to the black elites and the white power structure. Nobody's using me to help no white person get elected.
I feel that. Do you feel like that's the reason why the president of Haiti and Tanzania got assassinated?
Yeah, Tanzanian president would not give out the vax, and the Haitian president would not give out the vax. And I believe that's why they were unalived. Absolutely. America can never let Haiti be independent again because she's too close, and she has the purest iridium in the world. Iridium is a mineral that doesn't disintegrate under extremely hot temperature. You need it for rockets and bombs and stuff that blow up, right? Haiti has some of the purest in the world. America will never let Haiti exist. But we as black people, we're doing a very big disservice to ourselves and to the black race by not doing more to get involved in Haiti. Because Haiti could be Africa, little Africa away from Africa. You follow me? It's right by the coast, and it's a beautiful island. If we went to Haiti and built, bro, I would have loved to put my school there. But America keeps it under unrest because America wants to turn Haiti into a colony. They're already doing it to Cuba. Look what they did. A lot of people don't know, but when they kidnapped the president of Venezuela, that wasn't just about taking over the Venezuelan oil. It was because Venezuela is the number one oil producing nation in the world. They top 3 at least, and Iran is the 3rd. That's why they over there, right? And Nigeria is the 11th. That's why they bombed Nigeria. If you look at everybody America then bombed,
some oil.
They're top 10 oil company, right? But the other thing too is Cuba was heavily dependent on Venezuela as a trade partner. So in sabotaging Venezuela, they completely sabotaged Cuba. America wants to annex and colonize Cuba, Haiti, and Venezuela.
Yeah.
Remember the Monroe Doctrine, 1820, I think. President Monroe declared to the world, nobody can invade and colonize any Central or South American countries. They belong to America.
Yeah. I also seen where you said the feminist movement was CIA and FBI.
CIA was founded by the feminist movement was founded by the CIA to get women out the home, black and white, but to turn black women against black men and to make sure black women would not fight for black males.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
What's the woman's name? Gloria Steinem? One of the first modern feminist activists. She was financed by the CIA. The CIA bankrolled her first magazine for feminists.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know this. The FBI and CIA, you know, they publish books under pen names to change the consciousness of people. David Duke, who was once the Grand Wizard, I believe, of the KKK.
Yep.
Do you know he once wrote a book for black revolutionaries? The Grand Wizard of the KKK wrote a book for black revolutionaries. Why would he do that?
Yeah.
So he knows what you're thinking. If I write your war manual, I know how to win the war. See? We don't think as deep as they think.
Yeah.
Ain't a black person alive ever thought about writing a manual for white folks under a fake pen name.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Because remember now, America spends a lot of money on war, but she spends just as much on propaganda.
Yeah.
Because if you can win the mind, you don't have to kill the body.
Yeah.
Public school, church, media. Follow me? If you entertainers, if you can win the mind, you don't have to kill the body.
You have to kill the body. I mean, Dr. Umar, it was an honor and a privilege to have you on the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And let me say this to your parents in Tennessee, Murfreesboro. 3 things I want every parent to stop doing when it comes to these school systems. Number 1, if your child is under the age of 7, they should not be getting tested for anything except speech and language. 4 and 5 is too early for ADHD. 5 and 6 is too early for autism. 6 and 7 is too early for a reading disability. Get them a tutor over the summer. Summer coming up, give them a tutor. Stop getting our babies tested and placed in special ed.
Right.
Number 2, stop going to school meetings by yourself. They're going to gang up on you. They're going to twist your words. They're going to lie on you, and you have no witness. Always take somebody with you to a school meeting. Number 3, don't sign nothing you don't understand.
Right.
If you don't understand it, you can call me up, set up a consultation. We can go over it. Our kids are being lynched because parents are signing paperwork that they did not read or understand.
Sir.
Okay?
Sir.
Special ed only works if you need it. It's like any medication. If you take a drug that you don't need, it's going to hurt you. You put a kid in special ed who just needed to practice, they read a little bit, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. Special ed is the main pipeline in the school to prison pipeline. I want to thank all my Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy donors for sticking with me these entire 7 years. The school is done. Like I said, our inspection is being held up because the inspector is of black immigrant descent, and I don't have any issue with our black immigrant brothers and sisters. I love him, but he does not like me. He actually comes from an island that I love a whole lot, okay? So it's a shame I'm going through this, but he's holding me up because he doesn't like me. And it doesn't seem like that department is doing anything about it. So we may have to take some steps and do some other things. But thank you. Please continue to donate because once we get our certificate of occupancy, we got to donate this, we have to decorate the school and we have to operate the school. So please hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. You don't have to have a PayPal. You can use your credit card, debit card. Go to paypal.me/FDMG Academy. If you got to mail in your donation, send it to P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. If you need to reach me for consultation or anything else, text my phone, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. You can email me, princeofpanafricanism@gmail.com, princeofpanafricanism@gmail.com. Make sure you spell Africa with a K.
Thank you, Dr. Umar.
Black Power.
Thank you. It was amazing having you on the interview. I
No
appreciate
problem,
your time.
man. No problem. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, listen, this is a Chat About Tea podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.